Hi everybody, welcome in. Mark McLean here. Time for the shave of the day, and I'm ready for one. I've got a matching shirt and matching scales on this razor that we will be using today. Hopefully you guys are ready. I know I'm ready for a good shave. I haven't used a straight razor in, I guess in probably a week or maybe longer. I've been using some of the double edge razors recently and a single edge this last time I shaved. The brush I'm using today is from Badger and Blade. That's an awesome brush. It's a boar bristle, and I am now immersing it in water. Okay, the soap I'm using today, I'm using Cap'n Hunters. Yeah, Scents of the Seven Seas BLIMEY. That's bay and lime. I started to use the Mutiny, but Mutiny Bay Rum soap is awesome, but I'm going to use the other. I'm just hooked on the BLIMEY for some reason. I'll be following that up with some aftershave splash, and that stuff smells wonderful. I just began starting a new, I guess, series. What's the EDC I'm carrying today? The everyday carry today is the Medford Knife and Tool Company Praetorian T. The Medford Praetorian. Nice and sharp. Got a mirrored edge on it from my knife sharpening company, Mirrored Edges, at yahoo.com, in case you want to message me. This is one awesome knife. Greg Medford from Medford Knife and Tool does a great job. He's got several other style knives. This is one of the large ones, and I really am into this. They even have a smaller version. I'm also carrying this today. This is a homemade nuck, I guess you call it that. It's something that you just keep in your pocket to mess around with. You don't use it in a fight, okay? No way. You use a razor in a fight. I'm joking. Come on. It's made out of G10, camouflage, G10. And this part here is also G10. A friend of mine let me have this. David Hall, nice guy. Nice little EDC. Something to carry around and get yourself in trouble with.
I'm watching you, bro.
The pre-shave today is Stash. And this came from Sally's Beauty Supply. It's a fairly thick beard oil. And I just sort of put a light coating on. It's thick enough that, you know, you're not going to have any issues. Now, right here, what happened was I was shaving and there was a little bump that I planned on missing. I didn't miss the bump, unfortunately. And the razor sort of grabbed it, and when it did, it sort of went skip, and it trailed up, getting me. So, needless to say, it's still sore, a little bit sore, yeah, truthfully. Gotta make sure your hands are clean when you get rid of that oil because it's really thick. Pouring out the water from my bowl, just a little bit out of the bristles. I want to keep, you know, a certain amount inside the brush. And I'm using a sample today. Yeah, I got samples. I'm not even getting in on that big old speech. That's another story. But Cap'n Hunters Scents of the Seven Seas does have samples. As I mentioned before, my lovely friend Monica Gillen with Vanulay Soap of the Gods, she helped me in making my soaps. I commissioned her, and they are made with my Mutiny Bay Rum aftershave and also my BLIMEY Bay with Lime. And as you know, she always sends out samples. So I didn't have to get them, but I wanted to get them for you guys, and they're not free, and you know, $2. The way I see it, you know, about anybody can afford $2. and shipping. And that's about it. That helps me cover it. I'm not making any money off of it. I'm just more or less covering tracks, you know, paying for what I've paid for. So right now I put the sample, or a piece of the sample, I split it into 4 halves, or quarters actually, and I've stuck it inside of my bowl, my Paul Revere bowl, that's what they call it. I like this bowl. The reason I like it so much is because it's excellent at heat transference. Woo! Got me. So when I get to this area here, I'm going to have to be a little careful. By the way, I got too much water in this, but it happens. I've got more soap, that's for sure. So if I have to, I will add more soap. And that's all you have to do for those of you who are just starting out with your wet shaving and you're trying to figure out how to load up your brush. Well, I didn't really get to load it because I put too much water in. So now I'm basically just trying to stir out the bubbles and bring it into the consistency of which I like, which is a marshmallowy type consistency. And this is going to be a bunch of soap, I think. It's a fairly thirsty soap. I mean, you're not going to have to sit there and, you know, give it loads and loads of water, but yeah, if you give it water, then you're going to get bubbles and results and lather. Like that. Oh, wow. Look at that, man. I got a bunch of lather here. So why don't you guys come on, step up, and I'll just lather you up. There you go, right here. Whoa, watch it now. And let me get a little bit right there below the chin. And then you can shave with me. How's that grab you? Oh, you're a crazy man. That's what you are. That's all right, isn't it? Got to have a little fun in life. The weekend is here. For those of you watching this, not sure when I'll get it uploaded. But the weekend is upon us. And I love weekends. I really, really, truly do. I want to say hello to my buddy Steve Hardy. He is an awesome guy. And he has been really extra helpful to me in many ways. And he actually set up a group on Facebook called Real Men Shave. Real Men Shave. He's got a little song ditty as well that a local group there where he lives in Australia. He lives in the land down under. Anyway, a local group, I think, they did a song about Real Men Shave, the Facebook wet shaving group that he created. Pretty awesome little ditty. Now, I am not the kind of person that prefers a big old lathery bowl of soap. I like a light to medium coating, sort of like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash the bottom of the brush. I'm not going to wet the bristles. Just wash off the bottom. Dry it. By the way, Badger and Blade is a forum for those of you that didn't know. And I am rinsing out my bowl. Other than the piece that's down in there from the sample. As you can see, the chunk right there. Now I'm just going to continue coating up my brush on the sample that's in there. And I'm going to get a thicker consistency. That's what I'm shooting for. I put way too much water. I used my method though. My method is dip your hand and allow it to drip. Insert the bowl where you see fit. Sort of you can control the soap to water ratio a little better that way. Or I can. I wasn't paying attention this time. All right, look at that. Now it's thick. I like that thickness. See that? That thickness, that's what I'm all about right there. It sure didn't take long to recuperate or recover from that mistake of putting in too much water. That's because it's a quality soap. Definitely high quality. It had to meet with my approval before I went with it. And of course, it had to meet with Monica's approval with Vanulay Soap of the Gods. All right, I've dried my hands because I used to shave with wet hands till I learned. So right now we're opening up the big, whoa. That is a big one, isn't it? Look how thick. That's the Biggin razor by Morgan Miller, also known as Silverloaf. Do you know Silverloaf? That's his little insignia. I think you can see that. Some of the razors, he puts these pins in right through there. Just someone asked me the other day, what's that for? What's that do? It just looks cool, that's all. Went ahead and stropped this razor earlier, so it's ready to go. Got a big old monkey's tail on the back end there. Enough for 2 whole fingers. And here we go. And that was an ink mark you saw on my hand. Oh, wow. I love this razor. I mean, I simply love it. This was the one my wife got me for my birthday last August 19th. Just took it a little while to get here, and that's okay. I believe that quality takes time. Yeah, quality takes time. Quote me on that, okay? Don't want to cut my beard out, though, right there, so I'm just checking it right there. Yeah, that's good. Still want to snug it up a little close to the beard line, so I'm not adding cream, I'm just looking at it. Yeah, now going to go ahead and recoat that area. And this soap smells wonderful. Someone said the other day that it had a lot more scent, lime scent to it than they had anticipated, which was a good thing for them. I think that they were very happy about that. Can't recall which guy it was. One of the fine customers, Cap'n Hunters, Scents of the 7 Seas, and we appreciate that. Going to get a little close to my mustache now. I am working on 2 huge cups of coffee. So, I may be a little shaky. Okay, got that. Now I'm going to do the downward pass on the opposite side. Changing hands. Fits perfectly. You know, you can grip this big old chunk of steel. Once you do, you know you've got it. Wow. I really like that low shoulder there. See that? Some people may even say that's a no shoulder. I'm not sure. I call it a low shoulder. I don't know. That's just what I say. That doesn't mean it's true. I got a little bit to trim there, so I'm going to recoat just a bit. Why not? Have to put a little more water back on that. as well. Great, perfect. My little buddy Logan had to be with his papa last night and granny, so he came and got in bed with us. I'd say around 8 o'clock. Went to bed early because we had to get up at 11:30 p.m. So, man, look at that. Thick, thick, thick. Just the way I like it. Anyway, so he got in bed with us, and he has his own iPad. He has my pad and iPad. In other words, my iPad that he claimed early in life, and he also has his very own now that he got for, I think, maybe Christmas. And he's 4 years old, but he has been navigating on Apple iPhones and iPads ever since he was 1, believe it or not. I know, it's hard to believe, right? Okay, cutting underneath the beard line. When he was 1, I would be in the car passenger seat, him in the back, and him watching his shows, cartoons, you know, Peppa Pig, things like that. After one episode would end, then he couldn't even talk, so he would hand it back to me, to Papa, and Papa would go ahead and find him another show. And I'd hand it back to him. You gotta remember, he's 1 year old then. Putting a little more water in the bowl. He's 1 year old then, so Papa controls the iPad more or less. You know, everything that has to be done, I do it for him. Hand it back and forth. And one day, he's still 1 year old. One day, I'm listening and his show ends, and I'm ready to retrieve the iPhone from him to change the YouTube channel to something else, or Netflix, or whatever it was that he was watching, and it didn't come back. One day it just went to the next video, and from there on he did his own surfing. He found all of his shows, and he still does. He is an amazing kid. So you know who I'm talking about when I say Logie, right? Okay. Doing the goatee area. I want to say hi to my buddy ShaveNontheDarkside, Chad. Also to my buddy Rich Hansen. Shaving with Rich is an awesome channel to check out if you haven't already. He's a good guy too. Okay, that looks good. I got a little bit right there I need to trim up. Yeah. Just want it to be even. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to coat a little bit more on the neck area. The smell really blossoms once the scent really pops out after you start lathering it up. So doing the downward pass now, continuing after trimming underneath the beard line. Here we go. One big stroke deserves another. Got to remember that sore spot. A lot of hairs, a lot of whiskers. Working on about a 2-day shave this time. Can't stress the importance of stretching your skin. Trying not to hit that sore area. I should have been careful the other day when I shaved it, but I wasn't. I think that's it. That's very close. Just checking for spots. I always usually have a little spot there and one over here, so rinse that off and dry it. I'm going to do the upward pass on the cheeks. Look at that big dog. That is one heck of a chopper. That's a razor. A 9/8, by the way, in case you didn't know. Sort of got a smile on this razor blade. In other words, it sort of curves right there. That's called a smile. And of course, it's got one on my face. I like the heel of this razor, or the shoulder, right there, because it's like a indention and it's perfect to shave with. That's awesome. Going to do the opposite side. It requires a little bit more lather, but I'm not going to mix up more. My stomach is growling and just talking back. I apologize if you hear it, if it's picking it up. If not, I should have kept quiet, right? Okay, here we go. Upward pass now. Wow. That thing is sharp. Perfect. Wow, that's so smooth. And that's one thing about shaving with this razor I like. After I shave with this razor, I usually don't have to shave as soon. The follow-up to this shave will be probably, 3 days. And that's no joke. Okay, just a little bit of water. Just a couple of drops here. And we'll stir it around. There's still a small chunk in the bottom of this bowl, about the size of a pencil eraser, or half of a pencil eraser, actually. So it stirred right in. Man, made a great lather. Look at this. Still lathering up. I'm glad I didn't cut off the scratched area. Okay, right now I'm just checking on the neckline for spots. Right through here, it needs to go against the grain, so I'm going to cut downward like this. Right under there, it grows that way. And this way. Actually, the hairs go that way. From this point, that way, this point, that way. Weird, I know it's weird. Everybody's, facial hair grows in different patterns. If you've never taken the time to investigate how yours grows, then you might want to. There we go. It's just a small area right here, and one right back there. So and that's pretty much that. That is that. Wow. Nothing up there. I just lathered it up just for the heck of it. Amazing. Smells great though. I'm digging the smell. The soap quickly becoming my favorite. And since that is fini, it's time to close up the big baby. The big one. That's the big one. Morgan Miller. Silver Loaf, you did a great job. Thank you. Okay, today, aftershave splash. Blimey. And it does have the restrictor, the overflow restrictor. I'm not going to be putting on any, oh, got some on my nose. I'm not going to be putting on any post-shave balm or creams because I don't need to. Yeah, but Hunter, I thought you said, right, you have to protect your skin, especially with a straight razor shave. That did not burn, by the way. The reason I'm not putting on any post-shave balm or creams is because of this particular splash. This stuff has, and I've told you before in case you just now are tuning in, it has witch hazel, rose water, neem oil, vitamin E, glycerin, and aloe vera. That's in the aftershave splash, or in the aftershave. And then to make the splash like it's a new type of, I guess it's a new makeup of this particular aftershave. And it's made with also more aloe vera. We put in a little more witch hazel, or I do. Argan oil, which is awesome. Red castor, also the extracts, liquid silk, essential oils, and the fragrance, which is phenomenal. And that helps you, just like it helps me to become, yes, host status. It is reached. Thank you. And I thank you guys for watching. Sort of a quick shave today. Only a two-way pass was needed, so no biggie. Have a great weekend if by chance you see this on the weekend. If not, have a great work week ahead. Get out and pay it forward every chance you get. Special thanks to my buddy Dale Schmidt. Also to my buddy Lorne Lehrer, who, by the way, said he's sending me some PIF, some pay it forward. Thank you, Lorne. You're an awesome guy, and I will definitely pay it forward. You know that. I do appreciate it. Get out and have some fun, guys. Life is short. Peace.